as a couple in life after the L word.
After the L word, love, life, lust. Not lust. I feel lust is wrong. I digest. Go ahead.
So anyway, we recreated this group with a different name and to revamp it.
That's right. Sorry, because we wanted to. It seemed like our first, the Kings and Queen had a whole lot of not kings and queens, so we wanted to revamp it to connect with the Kings and Queens.
Right. And because we realize in most relationships, whether it's your friendship or your marriage or whatever, they have words that involve L. So love, loss, life,
right.
Whatever other L word. I can't think of another one right now.
I think of loser.
Yeah.
Loathe.
So you think of the negative L's. Okay.
Yeah, I think it balances. Y'all feel me? Y'all know what we talking about.
Exactly.
Welcome, y'all. I'm ready, and I'm so excited to do this with baby girl.
Yes. So as we're speaking, what I'm going to do right now is post a link in our group so that everybody knows that they can comment for us. Give me a moment. Y'all, I'm still kind of new with this, so just bear with me.
When I mean like new, like she like that elderly new. Like it's
gonna take her days.
And then she's gonna be like, oh, all I had to do was hit enter. F you, Jay. F me. Just press enter.
Well, we are who we are. Anyway, here we go. So I'm gonna put this link under our picture, under our live right now. So if anybody wants to join us, they can do so.
Please do. I encourage you.
Okay, here we are. So we want to introduce ourselves individually, and then we'll do it as a couple. Okay. So my name is Cece. I am all about helping my community, especially the Black community. Mm-hmm. So right now what I do is I volunteer for Durham Crisis Response Center. And what that entails for me is talking to victims of sexual assault or rape, helping them to cope and get through it, and let them know that if they want our services that we provide, we'll definitely be there for them. And letting them know that they have a safe space with us. Mm-hmm. It's very difficult to listen to other women's stories and their fear, but it helps me to understand just how strong we are, and it helps me to actually appreciate my life even better. I've been through those things before. I've been sexually assaulted and raped before, so I really wanted to do this because I wanted a way to help my community of Black women, especially understand that they are not alone. And then I also do volunteer work for something called Favor Street Corridor here in Durham.
Let's go.
Which means that Bull City all the way, which means that I will, I go out into my community and speak to different businesses on our corridor in this area to try to bridge the gap between them and the city. Because low income people or people in the Black communities don't always have access to know what the city is up to. And so that's what our goal is. It's called we go by the name of Everybody Eats, because we want everybody to eat financially, educationally wise, physically, and mentally. That's a little bit about what I do. And then in September, I'll be doing a peer support training so that I can be able to help more people and get paid for my services.
Cha-ching. Yeah, that's just a little dimple of what she does. I'm 42. My name is Jay. I'm really just about living my life and loving what I do, and which is being a head of the household and taking care of my children and their responsibilities. But listening to my wife and starting to open up in my own ways is I'm trying to look for a healthy way to help us young Black, brown, and men in ways of, beyond just our urges and responsibilities. So I've been through a lot, so I'm definitely looking to have that. And so my wife and myself decided, these are two versions that we can connect and we can bridge the gap, because I'm that kind of that old school, young school mix of immature but mature. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is just to kind of connect to all of it. My wife can relate to everything, which is annoying.
I am who I am.
Signature.
So that's who we are individually. He's 42. I'm 38.
Yes, sir. Got that shit young.
I hate you so much. We have been together, or we've been married for 5 years.
Yes. It feels like forever.
It does feel like forever. We met over 20 years ago at Northgate Mall. And from there we've been apart, we've been together. Mostly him, being immature. That's how he can address it. And
she was still doing her thing too.
I actually got married on him because I don't wait for nobody. I waited long enough. Okay. And then together we have 6 kids.
900.
Well, okay, yeah. I'm talking about just me and you together.
Yeah, together.
Together we have biologically we have.
Yeah, like biologically.
Five kids.
Popping it.
Jay.
Sorry.
Biologically we have 5 kids. And we have my nephew because my sister passed away.
Which is mine too.
Which he treats as his. And then I have a child from outside of him.
Which is mine
which
too.
Is his as well, that he treats as his own.
All day. Yeah.
And then he has 3 other kids.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I got 3 more.
How you forget about your
I was just enrailed into what your beautiness and what you were speaking of. But I have 3 more that are outside that I love all in their own way.
So altogether, we have 10 kids. And, well, they feel like 900, especially now because we have the kids that we have in the house, with the exception of our 3-year-old. They're all in school, online. And today was our first day doing that. And let me tell you.
It was horrible.
It was horrible.
Let me just keep it gangster. We're not going to be the ones who said, it was great. It was dude, the person you have reached, like, mother sucker, these kids need attention, and y'all are messing with us.
Yes. I think the most frustrating part, it's hard because, Egypt, she's our 5-year-old. Egypt's our 5-year-old, and she can't sit still.
Not even for 3 seconds.
Like, not even to eat her favorite dinner of chicken nuggets can this child sit still. So imagine what we were going through as she was sitting down looking at a teacher that she can't even touch. It was like,
it was like hell on ice water. It just didn't make sense.
Hell on ice.
I mean, hell, and then you got ice water. Why y'all combined? It just don't work. So stop it. And that's what I felt today. Like, and then my baby girl, like, my wife was like, yo, I got to make these runs. And, I was trying to be brave. Like, I got this. And when I promised y'all, as soon as we closed the door, the computer's closed. They said, son, sit down. I was crying. I was calling for my kids. Can we help? This wasn't easy at all. Baby.
It wasn't. It wasn't. And when I was seeing all the posts on Facebook last week making fun of parents, I never made fun. Our kids actually had to start school this week. They're behind because Spectrum messed up. We had faulty equipment, period.
Yeah, that's right.
And so, but my point is, like, when I was looking at these people making comments last week, making fun of parents struggling, I was just like, this makes no sense. This is not going on social media for fun or to promote your business is in no way the same thing as getting your kids on different sites for school. It is frustrating.
It's completely different. Mind you, you're going to just plug yourself for maybe 5 or 10 seconds. Connecting, streaming for hours and hours doesn't seem to connect like we would like it to.
Right.
Our top children were looking at us like it's not working, and we're out. And we're like, wait.
It was horrible.
It was horrible. My baby on the phone. I'm trying to keep their attention, and nothing is working. Let's please, Lord Jesus, help us.
Yeah, we should have said a prayer before we started.
We're going to say one in the middle, in the beginning.
We're definitely going to say one in the morning because this right here was hard.
Totally.
Yes. So, my cousin said, hey, cousin.
Hey, what up?
Thank you for joining us.
Love y'all.
So anyway, what else should we tell our audience about me and you?
It's a lot, man. We've been through a lot, just ups and downs, and we're pretty much can tell you about mental illness, deaths, life decisions, the immaturity, everything. Like it's a weird balance, but we somehow have made it work.
We've made it work, and that's what things we're going to hit on. So again, we've been married for 5 years, and in those 5 years, it has not been peaches and cream. It hasn't been rainbows and Lucky Charms. It's been very difficult.
Yes.
And we had to find our balance. What we thought, or what I thought, I can't speak for my husband. It's like when we, it's when we got married, I didn't think it was going to be such a huge transition from us having dated and being together for X amount of time. So now, but that thing, because what we should have done, we talked about, was get counseling. Because even though we had been in and out of each other's life for over 20 years, we still didn't know each other.
And then like that was like this biggest thing. Like we knew each other, right? because we knew each other, you know, when the doors was closed and the lights was dim. But we didn't understand each other's pain, each other's sacrifices. And so what I realized is that in marriage, and I don't know about y'all, but we felt like, okay, this instantly means this is this way.
Right.
And that wasn't reality. Just because you're married doesn't mean like, yo, what I say is this or what she say is this. Not if we're not at peace. And me and my wife, we're not at peace. And now I noticed that our connection is so different because we figured out, okay, we got to connect with each other.
Yeah.
And we got to get each other. It can't be my way and his way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely a compromise. And if you know us, you know that me and him are both stubborn.
And we something else.
We can be something else. Like
the people, y'all can put J and C and put an asterisk. Those people that understand the asterisk know what that means.
Yes, like we're not gonna go into details, but if you know us, then you know us.
Yeah, we're real about that. Like, yeah.
And so I just love the fact that for I'm not gonna say whatever reason, I think that we just had to come to a middle ground. Yes, like I had to let go, and we'll talk about it too. I love the fact that my husband's very open about the things that he put me through, and we will.
Huge things, y'all.
Yeah.
Like on the minute, like y'all gonna. A lot of my men and my fellow people are gonna get cringy, but it's honest and hardcore things that I've had to establish and not ignore. And those things helped me move. They were awkward, but those things were things that I've done. And I'm so thankful that I was able to bring that out.
Yeah,
and she was able to receive it because it took two. Because it's like, yo, you know what? I ain't this. And it was like, nah, you ain't that. No, and then I'm telling you, like, no, I'm really ain't this. But she's still standing beside me. But some of those things need to be said out loud.
Yeah, definitely. And we're not advocating for anybody to stay with anybody who mistreats them because
no.
Me and Jay's story is like a once in a lifetime type of thing. Like it's not a normal thing.
It's like the Benjamins, like trying to get the lottery. Ours it doesn't make sense, but it happened, and I'm thankful. But in reality, when you feel disconnected or you feel abused mentally or physically, please, we are telling you to go and find your own space. That's what we tell them.
Yeah. It took a lot of compromise. For me, I had to learn how to forgive him. Right. Now, I don't forget, but I have forgiven him. And I used to be like, people always say you forgive people for yourself. I never understood that. I'm like, no, you forgive them for them so they can feel better. But that's a lie. Like, I realize now, or at least when it comes to you, because of the love I have for you. I don't have love for everybody. But for me, when I began to forgive him, I started feeling like the weight come off of my shoulders. Carrying around hatred or dislike for somebody that you see on a daily basis is so very hard. Yeah. And once I started doing that, and then even during our therapy and after we stopped going to therapy together, right. It's still been hard. We still had to use those lessons that we learned in therapy.
Let me tell you something. Even with therapy, and I think like with C and myself, like I've never been so honest. But it's still been these moments that have been hard to get over. So even in therapy, though, it was still a lot for us to kind of connect and get over. But those moments, and a part of me too, when you were just talking, was I was able to forgive myself. Mm-hmm. Like you were saying, like, Jay, I forgive you, but I never, even I held on to the guilt. And what I'm going to say is, like, at the end of the day, she eventually really started forgiving me because we moved forward. But then I also started forgiving myself so that I could move forward because I was stuck too. And so now that we forgive each other, but the whole thing we want y'all to realize is the main thing was we acknowledged some of the hardcore and the things that were wrong. I had to acknowledge, like, yeah, I was cheating on you. Yeah, I was doing, like, I had to acknowledge that. And she has to go like, yo, you know what, you want this. Like I couldn't say, like, I acknowledge it, that she not talk about it. She had to say, like, you know what, during that moment, I was holding your baby. Like, F you. She had to talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of times, too, we don't want to hear the pain that we cause somebody because it makes us uncomfortable. But in reality, that's selfish of us because you were the one who gave the pain. That person is the one who received it and had to deal with the trauma. And so for you to be like, oh, or if you try to dismiss them, you're selfish. Like,
absolutely. Right. Because it's definitely, like, I have, like, we talked about, like, all the children we have in the house, and then I have 3 other children outside of the house. And one of my sons was like, the reason why we probably really moved fast is because we went through the bumps and the pains where he got to tell me, like, how he felt, even though I thought, like, you know what, even though you're feeling like those in those moments, I was doing this and you were told this. But he still got to be able to tell me that. And then to my wife going like, you know what, Jay, like you can't have no attitude about that. Like that's how he feels.
Right.
And I think we control like how people feel. Like it's a part for us to say like, I get that you're mad, but be mad or over already.
Yeah, get over it.
Yeah, like and now that I don't force that with my wife, I let her just get over it when she whatever. It seems to get over faster.
I do get over it faster.
Yeah, me trying to push her like, yo, you be quiet. You're like, you still going? And then it's like, yo, now I gotta still go.
Right, especially me. You don't tell me what to do. You know, if I'm pissed, I'm pissed. I'm expressing my pissosity.
Signature.
And so what we're gonna do, not today, of course, because this is just an introduction to me and him, is we're gonna cover everything. We're gonna talk about marriage and kids and mental illness, and we're gonna also talk about whatever celebrity is doing, whatever when it comes to relationships.
Yes.
One thing I love about my husband too is that he's very much a male feminist.
Absolutely.
And actually, he's the one who made me realize that I was a feminist too, because I had this horrible
notion about
Thank you. So look at that, picking up the ball. Pre-notion of what being a feminist was, but he helped me to realize, like, yo, you are a feminist. But that also took time for me too, because I was very much a pick-me.
And then to say that at the same time, it was like it was something that I wasn't looking for. Like I didn't grow up believing that. I grew up believing that, you know, I was raised by strong women, that women were strong. But then being grown and involved and just looking at things, it's like, oh, baby girl, you have to be strong because it's rigged. So you have to be a feminist because it's against you. And anybody want to battle me about it, we can battle us about it. But let's look at history and let's look at where women sit into it, salary, spiritual, religion. Look at everything, and it's below par.
Yeah, it definitely.
That's not me, y'all.
It definitely is. I'm trying to figure out what else we can tell our audience, because we've already been on 17 minutes. This is not going to be a long one.
It can't be because we're long-winded, but at the end of the day, it's a lot. Like my wife said, we've taken on her sister that passed. We raised her son. We've got a blended family. We got Durham, ATL. We got a lot of roots in us. We've been both into post-traumatic type of situations. We look at things individually and we combine each other. So it's a lot of stuff we can talk about.
Yes.
I hope y'all love this. You feel me?
Oh, yes. And Jovelle, hey, best friend.
What's up, Jovelle? What up, pretty self? What up?
Yes. She said, oh, I love seeing you both together. Oh, thank you so much. That's so silly.
Say hi, kiss up.
We love being together. This has been a huge journey. And I'm going to tell you, like, honestly, and I've told him, but anything I tell you guys, I've already told him. Yeah. If I could redo it again, I wouldn't, because it's been hell on earth. You understand?
It has been. And I've been the hill to her earth. You hear what I'm talking about?
But I love this man with every being that I have.
So beautiful.
He keeps me going when I just be like, I don't want to. But he allows me, if I want a day of like, yo, I'm not doing anything. I'm finna sit on these covers, watch TV, and just meditate. Right. He gives me that.
Like at the end of the day, like you got me, but I got you, and like we really got each other simultaneously. And it's like, yo, we've seen it in movies, but me and you really moving it. Like I messed up in a lot, and you changed in a lot, but we connected in a way where it's nothing, and I'm not gonna do for you, and I feel the same.
Yeah. Well, I won't die for you, and I won't commit a crime for you.
Well, you might be dead already, so don't matter.
What's that? I want y'all. Now something happened to me. Y'all heard what he said.
Y'all seen Tiger King? Not
Tiger King. Anyway, guys, we completely love talking to you guys. Absolutely. And we're going to be doing this every week. We don't know if it'll be Monday, because right now me and my daughter are sharing we're sharing my laptop, and I kind of cut in between her classes today to do this. But we will be back once a week, and we always would love to hear if you have anything that you want us to discuss. Yeah, just let us know the week before, and we'll do our best to squeeze it in.
Absolutely. Like, I want y'all to get the feedback. Me and her have different personalities, but we connect because we love each other. But at the same time, we're interesting because I find her interesting, good and bad.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, we will see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Bye.